If
Moving
the
on.
requisites of the
Moving
PRO
on.
are not present
When
in
the
this case, then it should not be
Please, it's my
issued by
time.
the
It's my
CA.
time. What's the threshold in order for evidence of guilt is strong here, if you know? First, there must be reasonable connection, correct?
Yes, of course.
Second, it must create an attribution as well as an act on the part of that accused.
course.
In this case, did
What are you
Purisima
driving
act
at?
on the contract?
No, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Nathan and Carla. Let's now hear from the second affirmative speaker, Ice. Ice, you've got 4 minutes to argue the benefits of issuing a TRO against the suspension order on embattled PNP Chief Alan Purisima.
Your Honors, good evening. Allow me to clarify this debate first. We do not contest the power of the Ombudsman to issue a preventive suspension order. But when they do, we want to ensure that they will uphold the law. Because even the Ombudsman is not exempted from the principles of justice and fairness as enunciated in the Constitution. Moreover, this debate is actually not about Purisima, but about the bad precedent created by a baseless preventive suspension. Your Honors, in the case of Ombudsman versus Capulong in the most recent jurisprudence of 2014, the court issued a temporary restraining order against the suspension order of the Ombudsman on the grounds of grave abuse of discretion, because apparently in that case, as in this case, the suspension order has no basis. I have two arguments in this debate. First, the suspension is not needed because keeping Purisima in office will not prejudice the investigation, the third requisite necessary for a valid suspension order. Second, the suspension of a high-ranking official based on absurd complaint with flimsy evidence, if not absent, invites a regular disruption in the internal stability of PNP. On the first argument, the next... Yes, Your Honor.
Why do you consider the preventive suspension as not in order when it is a provision of the Constitution that the Ombudsman has the rule-making authority, and that under Section 24 of the Ombudsman law, it is so provided under 3 grounds?
Your Honors, even the Ombudsman's discretion provided by the Constitution is not exempted from the principles of justice and fairness. In this case, Your Honors, the anomaly we are talking about actually was contracted by PNP even before the appointment of General Purisima. Moreover, Your Honors, the opposition cannot bank their arguments on uncalculated possibility of influence. The actions of government officials enjoy the presumption of regularity, which cannot be overturned by mere possibility. The identity of the primary people involved in this case and the vital documents are already with the Ombudsman as they are attached in the private complaint. Moreover, Your Honors, at this point, Purisima suspension has no sense anymore, because even assuming that Purisima's intention later on would be to use his office, the Ombudsman has been empowered by the Ombudsman Act and the Constitution that it can issue a subpoena, it can enter the premises of PNP, and it can even look at the bank accounts of Purisima. Meaning, Your Honors, the Ombudsman can command the cooperation of individuals with his power of contempt. On the second argument, Your Honors, the baseless suspension for 6 long months by virtue of a popular but speculative complaint encourages political enemies to use the Ombudsman's power to harass and to destabilize the PNP. Easy changing of police positions, Your Honors, will disrupt the policy execution, because an officer in charge always needs time to familiarize himself with the protocols and technicalities of a particular position before functioning as good as the regular officers. Even DILG Secretary Rojas himself admitted that he is not sure whether OIC Espina right now has the authority to sign documents. Meaning, Your Honors, OIC has no power to appoint a new officer, no matter how needed. He cannot designate. Yes, Your Honor.
Are you saying that just because an official is very well qualified for his position, no preventive suspension should issue?
No, Your Honor. In the first level, we discussed that based on the facts in this case, there is no connection between Purisima and the anomaly, because according to the complaints, the only connection is that he's friends with incorporators.
Okay, time's up, Ice. Carl, 2 minutes to cross-examine her.
Good evening, Ms. Speaker.
Good evening.
It is your position, right, that Purisima has no connection with this contract, right?
When it was contracted, yes.
Yes, but there was based on news reports that he was able to approve such contract, right? There was a need for his signature.